Hey, this is Jacki, Eyster, Songastry, coming at you with George Martinez. I'm going to be interviewing George. He is coming to us from San Antonio, Texas. Hi, George. How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you doing over there?
We're doing good here in Indy. So, I have your recordings here of Choppy Seas and Another Day. How did you get started in the music business?
Well, what I did was I started playing guitar when I was about 12 years old. My brother bought a guitar, and he came home one day, and he was never home. And, of course, when he would leave the house, I'd pick up his guitar and start playing it, which was a lot of fun.
Uh-huh.
And I'd make sure I put it right back in the spot when he got back. You know?
Put the pick precisely where he left.
Yeah. Except now, if I busted a string, then I was really in trouble.
Oh yeah. Well, you play a multitude of instruments.
No, all I think to do is play guitar and sing a little.
Mm-hmm.
And as far as the instruments on the actual CD, I actually recorded those with virtual instruments. So the whole project is a solo project that I worked on.
Wow. That's really something. I had, well, until you told me earlier, I didn't realize. I thought that you had a full band behind you. Wow, that's impressive.
I kind of wish I had a full band behind me. That way I could, go out and play this music with everybody. But it's really kind of hard to find musicians out here that are really into this type of music, because they're mostly into the metal scene down here and a lot of that.
Mm-hmm. Well, see, I think with genres like that, I think we with our age group right now, I will listen to anything. As far as I've genre hopped so much now that I listen to things that people are like, "Oh, what is that?" And I'm like, "Dude, can't you hear it?" And they're like, "No." But as far as like your music goes, where did you? In other words, where did you come up with your sound? Is this something that you're pulling from childhood? That who were some of the artists?
Some of my influences are, I guess, the big one is probably the Allman Brothers. I listened to a lot of Dickie Betts. I learned a lot of his guitar playing style, and I back then we just had a record, vinyl record, so we had to play it over and over. Just like if nowadays you have a CD where you can, or even streaming, you can just rewind it and fast forward. It's pretty easy.
Yeah, now you can go online and record anything you want. What makes you stand out what makes you stand out as an artist in the area, the genre that you've chosen?
Well, as far as the genre that I chose, my actual CD is a mixture of different genres, because I was influenced by a lot of different types of music. I didn't really just stay listen to one type of band, southern rock, or I listened to classic rock back then. I don't know if you noticed back then when in the 70s when we were just listening to AM radio. AM radio had so many different types of music that they were playing. So those are different kind of influences that came from them. But we had the Temptations. We had all kinds of a lot of blues rock is what I really started getting into, like Johnny Winter. When I started getting a little older, started playing guitar. Started listening to a lot of Johnny Winter and B.B. King, Eric Clapton, and I started listening to a lot of that music.
Wow. Okay. Wow. That's quite a creative record you got going there. Wow. I would have never. You know why? Because listening to some of your stuff, you have like a multitude of different things that it's hard for me to pick out with some artists, like just one thing that you could tell that has been a favorite of theirs. With yours, it's quite difficult because it seems like you have so many different areas that you like and so many different types of music that you like that I can tell you've integrated it into your music.
Yeah, that's what I tried to put when I started recording the CD, I didn't want to just put one certain type of music. I wanted to have a bunch of different genres to show, that these were all my influences, and this is what I wanted to bring out and show everybody. I like everything.
Oh yeah, well, see, that's a good thing. A lot of artists try to corner themselves into one area, and I think with people our age and a little older that are still recording and doing things, I'm noticing a lot more of the crossovers into pop and jazz and rock, and really coming forward with something totally different. And I'm like, wow, I guess that's going to be a whole new genre now. So, but you know what I mean?
Punk jazz. We're going to do some punk jazz tonight.
Punk jazz, yeah, there you go. Hey, don't be surprised. Look it up. It's probably there.
All right.
So with when did you actually start writing your own songs, like lyrics and music together?
Well, I started writing them when I was I guess around 16, 17 in high school. Mm-hmm. And I just wrote little pieces of music. I never really wrote a whole song. And then when I got older, I got me one of them 4-track recorders so I could start recording, learn how to record. Mm-hmm. So throughout the years, I've just been learning how to record and working with it. And when I produced this CD, I was actually learning how to mix and how to produce my own music as I was making the CD. So it took me about 3 years to learn everything and to actually get this CD out, because I wanted to do everything myself. Because I just wanted to learn. It was just an experience, and it was just a fun thing that I wanted to do. And
well, it takes a special person, I think, that finally gets out there and does their own music. It's a lot of people that can go to a studio and have your music produced and stuff like that. I was lucky enough that I got to work with some really great people, and people that I know when you're working in the studio yourself, I'm sure your creativity level is like 1,000%. And there's just so much more that you could do that you can hear. But do you ever wish you had, you were able to add a little bit of different, like guitars, and maybe add some violins? Have you ever thought of using those instruments too?
Oh, yeah. Well, I've been writing, I'm still writing, but I just haven't had a lot of time to start laying down tracks. Mm-hmm. or recording. I have just pieces of music, and a lot of them call for like a little violin, or I really like the organ a lot, so I'd like to bring in a real organist or a pianist or something. Mm-hmm. Some saxophone in there too, and record a real saxophone. So that's kind of like the next CD that I put out. That's what I want to do instead of using the old virtual instrument thing, because that can become quite a lot of work there.
Oh yeah. But you know what? I really like what you've been doing, and I really love the new songs and stuff that you have. Can you tell me where you came up with Another Day? How did you come about writing that?
Well, that one was an Allman Brothers influence song. That was I don't know if you could tell, but some of the guitar licks in there kind of have a little bit of Dickie Betts flavor.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that was like one of my favorite guitarists back then. So I just wanted to write something that kind of fit in that genre. So that one was more written lyrically was during the election, the 2008 election. Mm-hmm. It was pretty heated, and there was a lot of debate, mm-hmm. Going on. I just started writing down some lyrics of what I felt, the candidates were doing, and how I felt, there were maybe some integrity issues, and, it was more like politicians usually just do whatever the people, they want to do whatever the people want. It's not, they don't stick to what they believe in. It's just like, this is how I want to be, and either elect me the way I am or don't.
Yeah.
But that was kind of the way. That was kind of my thinking in writing that song.
Okay, so it was kind of your own little personal protest song,
Kind of,
which
yeah.
is cool. That's
Yeah.
cool. That's real cool. No, I can actually hear that in that, so that's really cool that you know let me know that that's exactly what it was. Now with
Yeah.
with Choppy Seed, you said that's an instrumental.
Yes, that is an instrumental. That is actually one of my favorite songs on the tune. I mean, on the CD.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, for some reason I just started writing it, and just it has a lot of jazz flavor in it. And it's got some little fusion, and it's got some some pretty cool lead guitar, I think. And now this one has a virtual saxophone. And if it had a real one, I would be thrilled to have a real one in there.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I just like the way it came out, and it just that one was really cool.
I think both of your songs are very beautiful, and I think they're well written. I do wish you a lot of luck with it. Are you doing any dates of playing out or anything like that? Even with a band that you're playing with or anything? Would you like to share some dates or?
Oh, right now I don't have any dates because I've been doing a lot of home stuff around the house, and just being a musician. I like playing and performing, but I also like being around the house and working on my home projects and stuff too.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't have anything lined up, but I'm hoping to get something to come later on in the summer.
Mm-hmm.
I've been practicing. I have a lot of cover tunes. I got at least about 50 songs, acoustic and vocals and acoustic. So I've been gonna start pushing that pretty soon.
Oh, that sounds cool. Now, when you go out, are you soloing, like, just like acoustic and vocals? Or I'd seen on your videos that you have played out with a couple of bands, or you were a part of a band?
Yeah, I used to be part of bands back in the early 80s, late 80s, and then early 90s.
Mm-hmm.
I used to play with a couple of bands back then. And then I just decided I wanted to do my own thing and learn my own songs instead of, I don't know, when you go to a club, everybody kind of plays the same music and the same songs, and I just didn't want to be part of that kind of that cover band scene. I wanted to just play my own music and play my own stuff.
Well, you're not the only one to feel that way. I mean, I actually, have talked to, over the course of the past month, have spoken with a lot of people that, were the same way. They're like, it seems like the original scene has faded to the point where, everybody wants to hear the same thing repetitively. And, what I'm trying to do is reach out with this as a form of bringing you guys, the ones of you that I know you're like hidden, and it's a shame because you guys, there's so much hidden talent out there that people don't know about. And like I said, I want to represent 5 artists once a week and be able to put their music up. Where is it that these people can come and find you? And I'd like to put up your links and whatnot, you know what I mean? Because I really think with the way that people are doing podcasting and live feeds and whatnot, in which we're going to be doing that with Road J Rocks, and of course we would love to bring you over into that also. So, but with this is pre-recorded, but I wanted it to be more personal and more relaxed so that when people sit down and say, hey, wow, I really like that song, and they kind of get a better feel for it because they've heard you talking about it. And it's not those questions like, hey, can you tell me exactly blah, 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 you know what I mean? I wanted it to be more relaxed so I could get to know who you are,
Yeah, that's perfect because, being in the music, I'm pretty sure the music business is very, stressful.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's kind of good to just play your music at home and be able to reach out to people that way.
Oh, yeah.
Online and streaming music that way.
Mm-hmm. Because a lot of times, if you think about it, people can't get babysitters. those that have smaller children and stuff, but yet they want to be able to, support their local bands and stuff. And that's why I've been pushing, to try to reach out there and get some of these bands. Hey, okay, you're playing at this club. Are you planning on doing a live feed, or would you think about doing an interview with me so that I could, represent your music, two of your good songs that you have that will, people will listen to and say, hey, I like that, And that's basically where I'm at right now, and I'm trying to get you guys out of the gate. A lot of them are already out of the gate, but need a little bit more of, somebody to kind of hone in and pull that out and be able to put it up. So I'm more than happy to do it, and I truly appreciate you doing this interview with me and sharing your music and stuff. I really appreciated it, George. You got some really good stuff.
Well, thank you very much, and I appreciate everything you do for the independent artists out there. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people would love to, start being on this program too.
Well, I'm hoping so. We're not ready for the awards ceremony yet, but we are working on it. But again, George, thank you so much for being here with us. And after this interview is completed, you're going to be hearing Another Day and Choppy Seas by George Martinez. And George, thank you so very much for being with us tonight.
Okay, thank you too.
This is Jacki, Eyster, Songastry, and I am interviewing Mick Bodine today. Hi, Mick.
Hi, how you doing?
I'm doing good, thank you. Can you tell me a little bit about yourself and the two songs, Heaven and Choices?
Okay, well, I'm from New Jersey. That's how we met each other.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been playing guitar for 26 years and singing for longer than that. Started out doing the school plays, and then from there, in college, joined my first band after I discovered I could sing, and then that's when I started to play guitar, and then started just ever since. I've been going nonstop ever since.
Well, yeah, I know that.
Playing mostly covers.
Yeah. Well, see, when you were in the cover bands, trust me, you did them justice. But hearing your new music that I actually haven't had a chance to hear yet, and then of course I got the chance to listen to it, and I noticed how closely you blend the music that you actually sang. Then the style just totally comes through, and it gives you that authenticity of who you are. When I hear that voice, I know it's yours.
Oh, thanks a lot. I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Yeah,
So,
and one band I was playing in, we actually did play these songs live a couple times as we got on that. I know that band was called Surf Zombies, and that was a band we were playing in for a while up around the Philly area,
mm-hmm.
and those two songs especially usually went over pretty well. So it's always fun to play your own stuff for people and I'm actually having them enjoy it. Because, as you and I both know, especially in the Philadelphia tri-state area, people want to hear cover songs.
Mm-hmm. And that's a shame because really you would think, of everything that came from out of the Philadelphia sound, there were so many people that we're bringing that 50s, that original sound, and it just seemed that, it's lost a little bit of that. And I think that's because of the changes in music. That's why I was like so diehard on getting this started because there's so many artists out there like yourself and three of the other people that I'm going to also have on this tonight going to be recording that I'm really amazed at the fact that, wow, how come you guys weren't signed? You know what I mean? Because you're talking a talent that your talent goes all the way back and people know who you are. So,
Yeah. Well, you know what I think about Atlantic City, Philadelphia area is that because it's a tourist destination,
mm-hmm.
people are coming for their vacations and they're coming and they want some familiarity. So I think that's why especially this area kind of gravitates towards the covers more so than, say, Nashville or Austin, Texas, where it's more of there's people live there all the time and they're there for that. So, maybe it's laziness on their part,
mm-hmm.
or maybe it's just it's like having a Domino's pizza in every city.
Right.
You know what you're getting, and that's what they want to hear.
Right. Yeah. I guess I can see that. But anyway, tell me about Heaven. How did you?
Heaven was written after my grandmother died. I hadn't really been, I'd spent my whole life with her up until, my mid-20s, and then all of a sudden she died, and I really wasn't around for the last 10 years of her life, and that kind of really hit me hard after that. I all thought about that, so it was kind of my own self catharsis, so to speak, to write those words. And then the music itself just came out of I was just noodling on the couch one night and just playing different, chord progressions. And sometimes it's just, that's cool.
Yeah.
Played it for a couple of my guys in my band, and they came up with some parts. And then we got in and we recorded it. We really recorded it fast, too.
Wow. Well, you can't really tell it because it sounds really, really good. It sounds like you really put heart and soul into it. Who are the guys that are in your band?
On the recording itself, it's me playing all guitars and bass, and Frank Mayone, who's a mutual friend of ours,
Frankie!
playing drums.
Oh, yeah.
And we recorded it in his studio at his house.
Mm-hmm.
And I love working with Frank because everything's dialed in, and he likes to work fast like I like to work fast.
Yeah, well, the thing is, did you get the stop and get the Frankie look? Yeah, I did. But, yes.
No, thank God. Frank likes to I like to work the way Frank does it. So we like to get a solid drum track down first. Come into the studio with the entire song mapped out ahead of time. Get the drums laid down. Make sure they sound great. And then from there, you can just do whatever you want because now you got structure. The drums are there. There's a good live feel to them. And you can just keep piling tracks on or re-recording tracks. And from there, I think the longest it took was the guitars, of course, and then usually with my vocals, I can get them down within a track or within a take or two.
Well, that's because you can sing.
And I'd rather do that because I find that the first couple of passes are the best anyway. Because I don't want to start overthinking myself. I don't want to start second guessing myself.
Right. Yeah. No, I completely understand that. But I really loved the song Heaven, and I can't wait for everybody to hear it. After I'm done with the interview, I will be playing Heaven and Choices by Mick Bodine. Now, could you tell me a little bit about the song Choices?
Choices, I was, again, sitting in my house, and I just came up with this 4-chord progression on an acoustic guitar, and wrote the lyrics about, the song's kind of about being kind of a friend with an opposite sex person, and you start to catch feelings for them, but you know that if you tell them the feelings, that the relationship's going to be over.
Right.
So you kind of keep them to yourself and just choose to be friends with them rather than to not have them in your life at all.
Absolutely, and I applaud you for that. I kind of figured that's what that was about, but I wasn't completely sure. But I love the vocals in that, by the way. I just love that gritty. I just love the song was absolutely just great, and it reaches and it says everything about it. You know.
Yeah, and the song basically, well, except for over the guitar solo, the song's the same 4 chords through the verse and the chorus, and that was another thing we were trying to go for. It's just almost an experiment to get a completely different feel over the same chords progressions through verse, chorus, and so some fantastic guitar work on it by Dave Landry, who's another mutual friend of ours, and including the guitar solo and Frank on drums again, and me playing bass. And I like listening to it because it's almost listening to somebody else's song, listening to what Dave came up with. Really, after that's like 1 or 2 takes, he just whipped it out, and I was sitting there in the studio going, "That was awesome."
Well, it seems funny because Dave played on my One Blues song, and that's not to cut in on your song, but Dave can walk into anywhere, I believe, hear something, and just he hears something that I don't think anybody else does, and I think he's so acclimated to his guitar, he could just do anything to it and make it sound good.
He played things that I wasn't hearing in my head, and I did. I said just go for it, do what you want, and what he came up with was completely not what I was hearing in my head, and it was better.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay, we're gonna leave that there, just like that. And then he came up with that beautiful guitar solo in the middle, and did a little bit of studio magic in the middle where we have it trying to sound like I'm singing through an AM radio with a little bit of looping going on and a lot of interesting little things like that to make it sound unique.
Oh yeah. Well, both of your songs sound unique, and I'm going to be completely honest with you. And the thing is when I worked with Frankie, every one of my songs sounded different. The thing is I think Frank has that knack of pulling that uniqueness out in you, because he doesn't want, and he'll flat out tell you, I don't want to hear you play somebody else's stuff. I want to hear you. And Frank, really, whatever you guys have, that magic that you two have, wow, it really came through. It really came through in the songs, because they're both totally different, but yet they have their own unique appeal to them, you know?
Yeah, thanks. I appreciate that, and I'm sure Frank would too. Frank's great. He takes direction great. He kind of intuitively knows what I want, and because we've been playing together for almost 25 years, and so it's really easy to work with him, and he knows how I work. I know how he works, and so and we've recorded other songs since, and in fact we did a song like 6 months ago that we blew out from start to finish in 2 days. So
wow.
It's always fun to work with them like that.
Well, Mick, listen, if you have other stuff that you would like for me to play, I would love to do that. So I actually have the 5 artists that I'm going to have for this show for Friday night. And the following week, I'm going to be picking 5 artists, and doing that on a weekly basis, once a night. And in between, I'm going to be, back playing all the music and stuff that I collected, so that, people can come back and hear it and say, hey, you know what? I'm going to go download that song. I'm going to find out how to get it. Now, how can they get to your music, and how do they get to you?
Right at the moment, the only way they can get to my music is through you.
That's fine. That's fine. You have a MySpace page that I would like to link to, or not MySpace, I'm sorry, Facebook page that I will be linking, and everybody's more than welcome to come and listen, and I can't wait for you guys to hear this. This is really some great music from a terrific guy that I've had the opportunity to meet a long time ago and listen to his bands, and now I actually get to hear the real Mick Bodine. So I'm really happy for that. And Mick, thank you so much for sitting in with me today. Is there anything else that you would like everybody to know about your music and yourself?
Oh, well, no, I'm still doing it. I'm probably going to always be playing the covers, because, to be honest with you, I make a lot of money doing it. So, and it's fun, and the people I'm playing with right now are great, and I'm hoping to do it until I drop dead.
There you go. Do you have any dates or any places that you're going to be playing you'd like to let everybody know about?
Well, right now, the solid dates I have is I play with a band called Buddy Cash Band every Friday in Philly at a place called Tom and Jerry's from 5 to 8. And then we also have other dates, dispersed throughout the summer here and there around the Philadelphia area. And that band plays mostly covers, but it's a ball. It's a great band. It's a tight band. Everybody sings. And it just makes me love going out every week and playing, and I haven't had that feeling in a long time, where I just look forward to every single gig.
Oh, well, that's cool. I wish I was closer, because I'd be out there. But listen, I'm so happy. Thank you so very much for letting me interview you and giving me the opportunity to share your music. So.
Oh, you're very welcome.
And I'm hoping that, this is going to take off, and we're going to actually be able to do some more. I'm looking forward to hearing more of your music and hearing more from you. So thank you very much for joining us. This is Jacki Eyster with Jacki's Songastry, and this is Mr. Mick Bodine.
Thanks a lot.
All right, thank you, Mick.
I was missing something good. And sitting here by myself, I realized I could have been sitting with you. When you told me you were down, I thought that it would be alright. feeling sorry for me. If I could tell you these things, I just know you were happy with me. I hope that heaven feels as lucky as I did when you were here, 'cause now you're there. And I hope that God will take a lesson from you, because I know you show him how it goes. I hope that heaven sees the value in you, 'cause when you get there, you'll get your chair. Sitting up there in your chair looking down on me. I hope you can smile, 'cause it will be a while till I can kiss you. But I will miss you in heaven. If you make me tell you what is on my mind, there's a chance you'll wait a long time. If you make me say it, hoping you will find it, you might have to look some more. And why do I have to make these choices? And how did it go this far?
Hi, this is Jacki, Eyster, Songastry, and I have with me Dakota and Emmett from Killing Rapunzel. Hi, guys. How are you doing?
Pretty good. How about you?
I'm very good, thank you. I was sent your song S&M. Can you guys tell me a little bit about yourselves and your band?
We'll start out with when we all kind of started playing our instrument. I started playing guitar probably about 6 years ago, and then after that, I started picking up vocals probably about maybe 3 years ago. And then Ed over here, I've been playing drums since I was like 1.5 on a really little drum kit, and then parents bought me my first full-size kit when I was in kindergarten, and I've been building bigger, better drum kits ever since then.
Wow. Wow.
I think Brandon's been playing bass since he was like 13, I want to say. I think he said sometime around there.
And how about in your top? That's Braden or Brandon?
Brandon.
Okay, Brandon. So basically, where did you guys meet up, and how did you come to be, what you're doing now?
Actually, me and Dakota, we've kind of been doing things when we're in early childhood, like elementary school years, and we had like this high school project too, and then actually before that, me and Brandon had like a separate project going on, and then eventually one day, I had Brandon was over at my house, and then I invited Dakota over. It's the first time they met, so I kind of got them together, and then I think we all started, it was with Dakota's dad and Brandon's dad, we all started this, it was like more like a cover band or so, but that's how we all got started playing together, and that eventually emerged into Killing Rapunzel when their dads kind of fizzled out of that, and there were many member changes and all that. Then we ended up as a three-piece as we are now today. So that's how it kind of all evolved in short.
Yeah. Well, I'm curious to know, because with your vocals, your range is just absolutely amazing. First of all. Second of all, where did you come? I mean, who introduced you to Ronnie James Dio?
Probably, it was kind of myself, honestly. I started getting into like rock music. Actually, my first album was Styx, but it was like the greatest hits of Styx or something like that. Then, I was driving in the car with my grandparents, and my grandparents are like, they like polka music, and I like polka music too. And that's, me and Emmett used to have a polka band when we were really, really young. I was playing accordion, he was playing drums. But anyways, we wanted to listen to this polka CD in the car, and we're driving, and I'm with my grandparents, and there's this CD in there, and it had a black background with like some red flames on it, and I wanted to listen to it to see what it was, and it was my dad's CD player at the time, and all of a sudden it starts out with this scary intro, and then all of a sudden it goes into like this really loud guitar part, and it turned out that it was like Motley Crue Shout at the Devil, and ever since then I kind of started digging around in my parents' like CD collection, and I think the first album I heard that was from Ronnie James Dio was Last in Line.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
I dug it out of my mom's CD collection, and I don't think I ever gave it back.
Hey, the girl knows how to rock, man.
I just kind of stumbled upon it, just kind of digging through CDs and tapes and stuff, and just started listening to stuff. And I stumbled upon it, and I'm just like, I really like this. And ever since then, he's kind of been one of my idols that I wish I could have seen live. But,
wow. Well, the thing is I noticed with your music, you use a mixture of the 80s, and which I was just absolutely floored, because you mix it with. If you were to say, what other genres would you say that classified into?
like what type of genres we're classified to?
Yes.
Oh man, where do we begin? Well, the thing is that we like a lot of things. You know, we don't just like metal or rock or you know, that type of thing. But we take a lot of influence from a lot of things. Like if it's anything from jazz, funk, blues, it could be whatever like really hits the ear or something that we really like. So, I mean, I think to define a genre for the first album, I would definitely say it's like hard rock, like metal type kind of thing. And it's interesting because all of us have different tastes in music. Like I listen to like 80s music, and Emmett listens to more of like the modern metal, like As I Lay Dying or Kill Switch or all that remains. Yeah, like that. Yeah.
Well, I picked Kill Switch. I know who Kill Switch is. The other ones, no, I don't know those. But what is it that you would like to be doing? Where is it that you would like to see yourself, like, in 5 years, as far as your music career goes?
Probably from 5 years from now, I'd like to see a lot of growth. So, I mean, just like anyone else, but I really, it's not necessarily a want or it's more of a goal, or it's not necessarily a dream, I should say, but I turned it more into a goal. And I think all of us have. But I'd like to see us being more of a global touring band and obviously selling more albums. And I mean, this is our debut album, and our local area is kind of starting to buzz a little bit with us. And it's nice to see that. You know, it's nice to see.
Oh yeah.
Like we're pulling the older crowd and the younger crowd too.
Well, yeah. And the reason being is because of what you're doing as far as your the music. Like I said, and I hate to keep bringing this up, but it's the sound, the sound that you guys have is, and it reminds me a lot of, like some of our older, metalhead, real true metalhead bands. You know what I mean? And I was wondering, do you listen to Megadeth and, you know, some of the other ones that are from the 80s? Because this song, you know, my husband had said, he said, it reminds me of Megadeth. I'm like, yeah, Megadeth with Ronnie James Dio, like, heading it up. And to me, that's what it sounded like. So I was curious to know, do you listen to Megadeth?
Yeah, like, I listen to Megadeth. You listen to Megadeth, correct? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I took the new album, Dystopia, and I thought it was a very well-written album. But, I mean, yeah, like Megadeth, I have a lot of thrash influence, like 80s thrash influence, like Testament, Exodus, or
yeah.
Overkill.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
So probably one of my favorite bands. Also like Pantera too. Pantera is definitely one of my idols. Even some of their earlier glam stuff I kind of like when they came out with the album Power Metal, where they first started working with Phil Anselmo just before they came out with Cowboy from Hell. I thought that album was a very well-written album, but, yeah, I mean, we listen to a lot of things, and I listen to a lot of things, too, just as much as Emmett does for, like, MASH stuff, so it's definitely an influence.
Wow. Now, can you tell me about the song S&M, and is there, you know, what is your next song that you're going to follow up with that, if you can tell me? Anyway.
Well, I think we're gonna, I mean, because we released S&M as our single, so for us to release anything else after that besides the full-length album, because we're gonna release our full-length album coming out here on June 11th, and you're gonna have access to it on the internet, and then we're gonna have our CD release party, which is going to be over at Mountain Lanes in Wausau, Wisconsin. That's gonna be on June 18th, and we're just going to release the full-length album because I think it's time. So, waiting like more than a year. Or it was actually a little under than a year to do this. We've been waiting a long time to actually get some you know, a solid chunk of material.
Oh, yeah. So how long have you guys actually been working in the studio doing this?
Actually, the whole album was mixed and mastered by Mr. Emmett with ER Studios. And we basically, the EP that we released not too long ago, we did that down in his basement, but the album and S&M we did at a place that we're renting out, and basically, we did it all by ourselves. So probably in the studio, we recorded the album probably all 3 times.
At least, like, here we are with City, because those songs are recorded over the course like three times.
Wow.
So, all the changes.
Wow. Now, when are you guys going to start doing any touring right away, or are you going after your CD? Do you have any venues and stuff that you're going to actually start pushing the CD to?
Yeah, actually, we're working through Tom Hooks at Mind Entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
We're supposed to be heading out on the road sometime in September. I think it's going to be the second week in September.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to try and push out a tour as long as we possibly can to push the album. So,
are you coming to Indiana? Oh, we're dying. Are you coming to Indianapolis?
There's no official dates set yet that I know of. I'm just waiting to hear back on from Tom. But I think we're going all over the place. So it's kind of exciting because it's definitely one of the dreams/goals that I've had that's coming true. So.
Oh well, honey, you're almost there. So I'm going to leave a little note here for Tom. Tom, Indianapolis, Indiana. We would love to see them.
Yeah, you let Tom know, okay?
I will. But I know I would love to hear, the full album, and hopefully I'm going to get to do that here soon. But, so is there anything else that you would like to tell your fans about your music? Anything that, what sets you aside for what you do?
I'm sorry, what was that?
What sets you apart from other bands? What is it that you have that is different?
I don't know, you want to take this one?
What sets us apart? Really, I think it's just the sound that we got. I mean, us as a 3-piece, well, we used to be a 5-piece as, before October of last year. So, we used to have this big, massive sound of, guitar, 3 guitars. So, to make up for that sound when our 2 other rhythm guitarists left, we basically made that, when Brandon kind of compensated for that, Dakota compensated with all their pedals and effects. We kind of did that so we can still do, the Iron Maiden stuff and all the harmonies and,
Wow.
Basically, there's not many bands that can do, Iron Maiden covers as, a 3-piece, Run to the Hills,
Oh, yeah, one of my favorites.
We do all of those, yeah.
I'd say probably, for me at least, being a vocalist, probably the message, or it's the messages that I'm trying to portray, and a lot of it has to do with society judging others upon the way that they look. So basically, if you have long hair, tattoos or piercings, it's like you're frowned upon in society, even though you don't even know the person. You're just judging them upon, you're judging a book by its cover, kind of deal.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of those songs are in there, or a lot of that message are the message that. Oh boy, if I could say this. I think that the message that I'm trying to, shoot for are in those songs. Also, a lot of it has to do with a lot of storytelling. For the most part, I could probably write a book on the album, so I can go through and probably write out each of the lyrics and tell a story with each of the songs, because they're all personal. None of it's fake. None of it's this and that, I did this, even though that person really didn't do it. So I'm not really too sure that, I'm not calling other bands fake by any means, but I just think that through our whole career, some of the pop stuff,
it seems to be a lot of it's just fake. You know, it's overproduced or it's whatever, and it's not about the artist. You know,
Right.
and I think that it should be about the art, and it should be about expressing it. And, you know, having the artist find their own niche versus having someone else who thinks that they know what the artist should be and it sounds like someone else, you know?
Mm-hmm. Well, you guys, you've amazed me. Thank you so much for sitting with me and taking the time to do this interview, because when you hear people's music, to me, if there's not a story behind it, to me, I can't connect with it. And I really like the song S&M. I just, maybe it's my age. Could you tell me a little bit more about it, though, S&M?
I'm sorry, what?
Could you tell me a little bit more about your song S&M?
Oh, like what's the meaning behind it?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, this is probably one of my stories. Somewhere along the line, I had met this girl, and this is a girl story, but she was into some weird stuff, and there was some weird stuff going on. So if you're catching my drift, you know, you understand. But
yes,
she looked at me, and she was like, meanwhile, while we were going ahead and making out, she's like, choke me, and I'm like, huh? And I'm like, I don't feel good about this, and so I wrote a song about it. I wrote a song about this one girl who was into this stuff, and I'm like, okay, so I just went with it. So that's the actual meaning behind the song.
Wow. So you're not into 50 Shades of Grey, that's what you're saying?
No, I'm not really into 50 Shades of Grey. I never read the book. I don't think I plan on it, but, you know, it was just, like I said, it's all experience, you know, and I kind of took that and just wrote a song about it, and, yeah, that's really it. That's all the song's really about. But I think, like, a lot of the hard driving riffs behind it, too, are some of the things that have been lacking, I think, from modern music, and also even the drumming on it was great. The bass playing on it was great.
Yes,
it's
it
just
was.
like, instead of being like a guitar band or a bass band or a vocalist band or a drummer band, you know, like where they emphasize on one person's skill, I think we do a very good job of equaling that out amongst us.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. And I can't wait for everybody to hear the song. And I'm giving you guys a little bit more extra time as far as, getting the chance to talk to you, because I'm going to be playing just the one song. And do you have any, besides the dates that you've given, is there any, like, future dates that you would like to give to everybody? Because we're going to have an array right now. I'm located here in the Midwest, so if I can get you guys more people to come out, I would love to be able to do that for you. So if you want to give us some dates.
Probably one date that's coming up is we're heading to Iowa. Where's that at? It's in Muscatine, Iowa, at the VFW at June 11th. Not this weekend, but this next coming weekend. Mm-hmm. So we'll be with the band called Once Around. Wow.
Real quick, I have to ask you, though, have you guys done any opening acts or anything like that? Headlining.
Like that, you're talking like...
yes.
Yeah, we played for the one and only Metallica tribute band. That was the first one for me, at least, when I joined the band last year. And then after that, we played, opened up for Power Man 1000. You guys, before I was in the band, you Lawrence and Smile, Empty Soul. We also played for 3 Till Morning. Who else did we play for? We opened up for a band called Hemlock. Oh yeah, Hemlock. I don't know if you know who those guys are, but those guys are awesome. They're heavier than us, but they're really good. Man, those guys put on a show.
Really? So Hemlock,
yeah.
I'm gonna have to look them up now.
Yeah, Hemlock. The guys in Hemlock are really super cool. I think Chad is his name, the vocalist and bass player. Mm-hmm. Super great guys.
Oh, that sounds awesome. Thank you guys so very much, and I'm really glad that I got the opportunity to talk to you, and I'm really proud to be pushing your song and getting it out there. And like I said, I've been telling everybody that I'm going to have this up Friday, probably between 8 and 9. I'm going to be, I have to get all the levels done and, add the song and everything. But thank you so much for spending time with me and, talking about everything and getting to know you guys. I'm really looking forward to seeing what you're going to come out with. And I can't wait to hear the new CD.
Thank you. And no, it's no problem. You can knock on our door anytime to ask.
Aw, thank you. Thank you. What I'm going to be doing is I'm probably I'm going to put your album cover up and stuff and put your links up because I know a lot of the musicians that I know are going to be like, wow, because they're going to hear everything, and most of them are metalheads anyway, so they're really going to take to your music. And again, I really appreciate you guys doing this for me and being a part of this. This is my first little podcast, so we'll see how it goes, and I'm going to be doing replays and whatnot, so I'm hoping to also get some more of your music up so people can enjoy it. So
we'll be happy to send it to you, and thank you very much for giving us the opportunity to do it, too.
Oh, you're welcome, hon. And you just give me a few minutes. This is Jacki Eyster with Jacki Eyster Songastry. I'm finishing up with Dakota and Emmett, and I'm going to be bringing you S&M by Killing Rapunzel. So thank you very much, and I hope you enjoy.
when
Hey,
that.
this is Jacki Eyster, Songastry, coming at you with George Martinez. I'm going